Hello, everybody. This is Virginia Miller, and I'm back to do another program with you. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. This is the second time I'm doing this video because for some strange reason, my picture froze about 5 minutes in, just as I was getting to a crucial part of what to show you how to do. So this is my second take on making this bracelet. Don't you just love technology? Anyway, it gives me a chance to do it again with maybe a little bit of a twist. And that's a play on words because this bracelet has has a lot of twists to it. I have seen, sometimes I like to look at different designs, and I saw two different designs of a take on what we're going to do today. One with just plain wire and no beads, and the other with twists, and the other with beads and no twists. But it's the same kind of finish, just a little bit different. I'll show you what I mean when we get down to the camera. But you know me, I like to take a step further. So what I'm doing is merging two techniques and making it into our own bracelet. And we're using pearls because spring is trying to get here. It was here for a week. Now it's going away, and all of our poor little flowers are going to have to suffer through another freeze. But in the meantime, I'm going to use these beautiful coral colored pearl. Oh, they match my sweater. And no, I did not do that on purpose. These beautiful pearlesque pearls, glass pearls. And all we need for this is the pearls and wire. You can use 20. I've seen this done. The one with no beads on it was 18 gauge or 20 gauge. It was either 18 or 20 gauge. And the one with beads on it was 24 gauge. We're going to do 20 gauge. And I'm going to, I should actually show you the one that I already made. I hate giving it away at the beginning. You'll see the picture anyway, so I'm not going to give it away. But we're going to go ahead and use 20 gauge wire and our pearls. And that's all you need, wire and pearls, because it's all inclusive. It's kind of a bangle bracelet with the hook and the loop all included in the wire. So it's all one piece. Really neat. I love doing things like this because it's just I'm like showing you things that you can do with fewer components if possible, so that you don't have to have a lot of stuff, and you can, this shirt shifts every 5 seconds, and you can use things that you already have without having to go out and buy a whole new supply of items. So that's one of the things I love about this one, is that you can just use two components, beads, wire, the end. Then you'll need your tools, and you don't even need a lot of tool work on this, but pull out your round nose pliers or square nose pliers and your cutters, and you will need a ruler so that you can measure your wire. So let's get down here to the other camera and let's get started. So again, what we're going to need is wire. Now, what I suggest is that you measure your wrist and give yourself a good 5 inches, more than that, at the end. So we're doubling this. So what you'll need to do is, if your wrist is 8 inches, you'll need 16 inches, and then add another 4 or 5 to that. So that would be 20 inches. My wrist is 7.5. I'm giving myself 20 inches just to be safe. And if you need to cut some off, just cut it off. It's not going to be that much. It's only going to be a couple of inches, so it won't be too wasteful. So the first thing that we're going to do is take our wire, and we're going to find the halfway point. So we're going to take the ends of the wire and put them together like so. And then we're going to go down and find the halfway point down here where it's folded. And then what I'm going to do is cross my wires over. Oh, no, we're not crossing our wires over because we're going to make our hook on this side. So what we're going to do is squeeze our wires together. And I'm using 20 gauge wire. If you have nice strong fingers, it'll be easy to do this, but I just squeeze it as far as I can go. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. So I'm going to squeeze. Wow, what happened to my hands? They look weird. Oh, now my camera popped up. Oh, stop it. There. Okay. Let's try this again. There. A little more light. Ooh, that's a lot. Down a little bit. There we go. I think that's better. Okay, so after me fumbling around, my goodness gracious. All right, so back to it. I found the halfway point of my wire. I folded it. Oh, this light is too bright. Sorry, people. Let's tone it down a little bit. Is that better? No. This is going so well. Last time I'll be right back. I'm going to get another mat because I think this is too light. Okay, I think this is better. So what we want to do is squeeze our wires together. And I squeeze it as much as I can with my fingers. Then I'm going to grab my square pliers. And I'm going to squeeze it until these two wires are as close together as I can get them. And you can squeeze this way as well, but then what happens is I get a little bend in my wires that I would rather avoid. So I'll put my finger underneath, I'll slide my pliers down around the wires and very slowly and carefully just squeeze them until they are squeezed together side by side. And I put my finger under this for a little support. And that way it doesn't flop around as much. So just grab those sides, put my finger under there, just slowly squeeze until my wires are side by side, just like that. So there are my wires. Here's my camera. There we go. All right, and that, ladies and gents, is going to be the beginning of our hook for a bracelet. It's at a weird angle. So now what I'm going to do is take one of the wires. I'm going to leave myself a good inch of wire down here from tip to the back. And I'm going to take one of the wires and bend it like so. I'm going to grab my pliers. I think I have a little more than an inch. That's a little more than I need. Let's take that little bend out. This is what happens when you don't measure. I'm just eyeballing. All right, put a bend in, just like that. Grab my two wires with my pliers, just kind of hold it, and then wrap that wire around the other wire. And I just need to wrap it around 2 good times. That's it. So now I have 2 good wraps there just to hold that together. And now I'm going to make my hook. I could go ahead and do the bracelet and then come back and make the hook, but I'll go ahead and make the hook. Nah, let's go ahead and make the bracelet. Let's make the base of the bracelet. So now what we want to do is spread our wires out just like that. And let's start feeding on our beads. So I'm going to take one bead and put it on one of the wires, and another bead and put it on the other wire, just like so. And then I'm going to fold the wires, just cross the wires over each other, folding these two beads in between. Sorry, I've got things hanging up here. Past items that we've made. Get up there. This is the most embarrassing video. Oh my gosh. And I'm sure everybody will come back and say, oh, I really love your videos. They're so funny. Okay. Okay, cross the wires over each other until both of the beads are captured in between, like so. Now I like to stagger my beads. So that's what I have. And now I'm going to twist. Pull that over a little bit more. And now I'm going to twist my wires so that my beads are captured. I'm just going to give myself 3 twists. And the way you can do this so that your one wire doesn't wrap around the other is to make sure that the wires are spread apart and that you're twisting so that both of the wires get twisted at the same time. Not wrapped, twisted. There we go. So there's my first one. And let's go on to the next one. Put another bead on one of the wires. Second bead on the other wire. Slide them down. Excuse me. Slide them down, and again, I'm going to cross my wires over, capture the beads in between. Like so. And twist. One, 2, 3 times. I'm giving myself 3 times. Last time I did 2 times, which is fine. I just want to see what the difference will be. This has got a little bend that I don't like. On it a little smoother. There we go. Okay, and let's go on to the next one. Two more beads, one on each wire. Now you can twist this as many times as you want. It just depends on how much wire you want to incorporate into your design. So I've got, the last time I did this, I did first bead on the right, second bead on the left, and the next time was first bead on the left, second bead on the right. It looks like I did the same thing again. So I'm going to keep doing that. So I have a little snake pattern going here. So this time, first one was right first, left on the bottom, left first on top, right on the bottom, and right on top and left on the bottom again. Cross my wires. And twist. Again, holding both wires at the same time. And you can either twist your beads, or you can twist your wire, or you can twist both, whichever works better for you. Okay. On to the next one. And this is not an exact science because it really depends on how many twists you put in. So it's almost impossible to say use an exact amount of wire because it depends on your design. So this one goes with the right on the top first because the last time we did the left bead on the top. And I'm being consistent with my little design. I want it to look like a little wave or a snake. Capture my beads again. Twist. Yes. And this is what I have so far. Now, I would suggest that you keep an eye on it to make sure it's fitting your wrist. You can use your ruler and measure, or you can wrap it around your wrist a couple of times as you go, just to make sure that it's going to fit properly. Okay, so this time we go left first, right second, cross my beads over, my wires over, encase my beads, and twist. Okay, more. We're almost there. This is one of those patterns that you just do the same thing over and over to achieve the result that you want. Right first, left second, cross them over, and twist. Okay. How are we doing? Isn't that pretty? Yeah, that's going to be nice. Okay. Again, the last time I did this, the first time I did this, and I could show you the other one. Why not? I'll give you a little glimpse. Boop. The last time I did it, I only twisted twice. And this time I'm twisting 3 times, just so I can see what it looks like, how different it is. Okay. Right on top, left on bottom. Cross my wires. Get up there. I bent it too soon. Come on. There we go. And twist. Okay. How far am I? How far am I? I need 7.5 inches. Let's do one more and then let's check it out. Okay. Right first, left second. Cross my wires over. And twist. Okay, where am I now? I think I'm there. Yes. try it out. See what I've got. Ooh, ready. What do you think? Yes, let's put it on. I think we're ready to make our, look at how much wire I had left. Thankfully, one of the good things about that is you just shape this with your fingers. You don't need any kind of a shaping tool. I mean, you could grab I can't even. This is what I use to get rust out of my tools. You can grab something like that. You can wrap it around, but it's not really necessary to do that. You just shape this with your fingers to the roundness that you want. Very easy. No extra gadgets required. Let's see where we are. Yes, very nice. Okay, let me make my loop and I am finished. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to unfurl one of these because I don't need that many twists. Check it again, just make sure. Yeah, because my loop is going to go right here. So now what I'm going to do is make my loop. Now, like I said, I've seen this done with 22 gauge or 20 gauge wire. I did this one with 22 gauge wire. And what I did was twist the ends to make my loop. But this is 20 gauge wire and it's very strong. And that's not going to be necessary. So we're just going to make our loop, just a straight loop. So I'm going to take my round nose pliers. I'm going to slide my wire down almost to the very back of my pliers. And I'm just going to wrap the wire, one of the wires around and over my pliers until I have a loop. Now the other wire I can clip off, but what I'm going to do is take my flat pliers and I'm going to wrap that around the wire that I already wrapped one time. Just give it a wrap, one little wrap, and then cut off the excess. Look at all of this that I have left. I'm going to snip that off. And push that tail down so that it won't snag on anything. Push it down as tight as I can get against the other wires. Okay, and then the other wire, this is the one that I used to make the loop. This one. I'm going to wrap that around that first wire and around the other wraps. Let's wrap that around. I have a nice wrap over top of my twists. And you can wrap it as many times as you want. I'm wrapping it a lot because I have a bunch of wire left and I hate wasting my wire. I'm going to wrap that around and I'm going to snip off the remainder. that I'm not going to use. The good thing about this is there's enough of this left that I can do something with those pieces. Yay. That I like. And then where's my little end? There it is, right there. I'm going to push that little tail down. Nice and tight, so it doesn't catch on anything. And I'm going to neaten up my little wraps. Here we go. So I have my hook, and let's finish my loop, and let's finish my hook. Now, you want your loop to go side to side because my hook is going to go from top to bottom so that it'll go right into my loop. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to bend my hook back a little bit. I'm going to take my round nose pliers. I'm going to go down about, a 1/4 of an inch away from the tip. And I'm going to make a nice, well, you know what? I think I'm going to even make a bigger loop because I gave myself a lot of space here. So I'm going to grab a pen or a pencil. What do I have here? I have an ink pen, probably a little too big. Or you can use the side of your pliers. Or you can use your pliers. It's entirely up to you which way you want to do it. I'm going to give myself a nice big hook. So I'm going to wrap it over my pliers like so. And then I'm going to squeeze it a little bit because it's a little bigger than I want. And there's my hook. And I'm going to go down here to the bottom with my flat nose pliers. And I'm going to give the very tip of it a little tweak. So I'm going to get down here really close where you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to go down here to the very bottom where the tip, the rounded tip is. And I'm just going to give it a little tweak up. A little bit more. And there's my hook. And I like my hooks to be pushed down really close to the beads and to the wrap. That way, when I put it on, it snaps into place and it doesn't slide right back out. That's the way I like mine. Nice and secure. So it won't pop back out. So now I'm just going to shape it the way I want. And when I say shape it, just turn it the direction that I want so that when I put it on, it's nice and easy to get on and off. And then I'll just shape my bracelet to look the way I want it. And people, I get a lot of people who say, the bracelet doesn't fit right. It fits, but it kind of rolls around on my wrist. Well, your wrist is not round. So if you use something round to shape your bracelet, it's not going to lay on your wrist properly because the top and bottom of your wrist are a lot longer than the sides of your wrist. So you want the bracelet to emulate that shape. So there we go. Shape that. And there it is. There, ladies and gentlemen, is my bracelet. And it's really easy to get on and off because you just put it on your arm, squeeze the ends together, and slide it right in your hook. There it is. There's my bracelet. Isn't that neat? And I mean, really, it couldn't be easier to get this on and off. I love that. Just squeeze it, comes out, squeeze it together, slips on, and it won't slide. If you push these little ends together like the way I like to do it, it won't come off unless you take it off. You have to actually take it off. It won't slide out otherwise. Get in there. There. That's our bracelet. That's it. Here's the other one. I had it out. Here it is. Here's the other one. See, a little more delicate. I made a smaller loop on this one, and I twisted the ends because I used 22 gauge. Oh, boy, those look pretty together. Got to figure out how to do double strands on something like this. That would be so neat. Get over there. Come on. Get in there. Well, this is just embarrassing. What is it? Oh, I guess I need to turn that up. Just a tad, yeah. All right, let's try this again. Let's act like that last 30 seconds didn't happen. So easy to fasten this bracelet. Yay! Get over there. Ouch. And my hand cramped up. There. Now, finally, oh my gosh. Oh, look at that. Isn't that neat? They look great together. Oh, I'm going to have to figure out how to do this without making two bracelets. Oh, I love it. I love it. Anyway, that's it. That's our piece for today. So there are the two bracelets. I don't want you to get the impression that this is what it's going to look like when you get finished, because this is two bracelets. But aren't they pretty? So simple, so easy. I put two of them together and oh my goodness, so easy. I love it. So I hope that you'll do this because as you can see, it's a piece of cake. It's a piece of cake to make. I'm flashing everybody, and it has only two components, which is, to me, the best thing in the world, because you could take something like this out to, you could take it to the beach, you could take it somewhere. All you need is your tools, your two things, your wire and your beads, and you can sit out there and you can just make them. You can sit around and chitter chatter with your buddies, and you can all make them. You can have a pearl party and come away with something really gorgeous. And I only used, sorry, that's my clock warning me. Your time is up because I promised that I wasn't going to go over an hour. So I also want to reiterate, I keep saying this, these videos, these tutorials are free of charge to you, always. The tutorials are free if you are in the DeKalb County area and you can get to the Clarkston, North Lake, or Toco Hills branch. The kits are also free to you. They go pretty quickly and there's only a limited supply, so you have to get out and get them as soon as you can. I suggest calling first to make sure they're there. But this is always free. They're always free. They're always there. They're always available. If you have, sometimes you go and you say, oh, I'm going to go back to that video later. And I do these every week. So a month later, who knows where, where that has dropped with all of the postings that go on the library Facebook page or the Facebook page. So if ever you have one that you say, oh no, I can't find it, don't worry, it's still there. These videos are staying out there in perpetuity. They're not going anywhere, from what I understand from the library foundation people. Excuse me. So if you cannot find a video that you wanted to do, just drop me a line at jewelrygin20@gmail.com. That's JEWELRYGIN20 at gmail.com. That's JEWELRYGIN20 at gmail.com. Give me a description of it and I will do my best to find it and I will email you the link. No problem. Or you can go to the DeKalb Library Facebook page and you can put Jewelry with Jen in the search engine and that pulls up all of the videos. And that is facebook.com/DeKalb Library. Again, facebook.com/DeKalb LIBRARY. Put Jewelry Jen in the Jewelry with Jen in the search engine. Hit enter. All the videos should pop up right there for you. Just scroll down through them until you find the one that you want. And never fear, they're going to be there. I've gone time and time again. We've been doing this for 3 years and all of those videos are there. Even the very first ones that I did that are so terrible that I wish they would go away. Back when I had no idea what I was doing with these cameras. I didn't have this little pointer camera. So I was trying to use I was turning my laptop thing down so that you could see. It was awful. I go back and look at those and I go, oh my gosh. But anyway, I got through it and here we are. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. If you have made any of these things, we really want to see what you've made. Please send those to me so that I can see them and post them on the library Facebook page or post them on the library Facebook page yourself. Find the video posting and just put it in the comments because we would love to see it. We'd also love to hear your comments and your feedback. If something doesn't work for you, if there's something that you would like to change, if there's something you would like for us to make. I love getting feedback like that because it helps me know what people are looking for out there. And I love doing that. So, and you might get a shout out. I'll say, Susie Q wanted us to do this. So this is what we're doing. So you never know. So anyway, that's it for today. That is our program. That is our beautiful bracelet, 2 of them. Those are our bracelets. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know. If you didn't, let me know one way or another. I would love to know. And in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great weekend, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.